Hi, welcome to the vlog. Welcome to Friday. I had to think about that for a second. It's a new day, it's a new vlog. It's just about the weekend. It is 2:30 on a Friday afternoon, and yeah, I'm nowhere near where I should have been by this point in the day. I've not done nearly enough work, but that's okay. That's kind of part of what we're going to talk about in the vlog today, or in this particular vlog. I will be vlogging the rest of the weekend, but this might be the bulk of the vlog. Related to the topic of this vlog, I'm not really in the best headspace at the moment, and I'm just struggling. And it's fine, it'll be fine. I just wanted to put something at the start of this vlog that might be a little bit more useful and relevant to some people. For those of you who are new, who've stumbled on this video because of the title, hi, I'm Andrea, welcome. I'm an early stage indie author slash self-publishing author with 3 books out, 1 that I've co-written, and then 2 books in a series that I am the solo author for. So More Than Fate just came out. This is the co-authored book, and then I've got books 1 and 2 of the Across the Pond series, and I'm currently working on book 3. Because of what I'm struggling with, I know that I'm not the only one struggling with feeling like they don't want to write, and I thought it might be helpful, particularly since I'm going through this today, to just kind of talk about what to do when you don't want to write. You often hear people give the advice of, well, just write. If you don't feel like writing, just write anyway. If you don't know where to start, just start writing. As if it's so simple. It's the hardest simple advice you'll ever take. And so this advice is more for how to figure out what to do when you don't want to write, when you're already actively in the writing process, when you already have a project that's ongoing. I can do a separate video on how to get started on a new project, if that would be of interest. What to do when you've got 0 words written. I can do that in another video. So let me know in the description box if you would like to see that. But what do you do? I feel like the advice is a little bit less clear when you're further into your project, but you just keep hitting these walls and you don't want to write. And it's not necessarily writer's block. I feel like what I'm talking about is different from writer's block. Writer's block is not knowing what to write. I'm talking about, I know what to write. I've got really strong outlines in my projects. I'm excited and motivated for my projects, but I kind of just don't want to work on them sometimes. And that's due to external factors. So that's due to anxiety, depression, other mental health struggles, things that are going on in my personal life, still feeling incredibly burned out from my full-time job. For those of you who are new, I'm a full-time writing instructor in a writing program at a major university in Arizona. It's been a really hard academic year. In a lot of ways, I'm still recovering from that. And so the motivation is here, the desire is here. I'm excited about these projects, but I've just been really struggling. I feel like this week in particular, the last couple weeks since the More Than Fate launch, it feels like a struggle to sit down and to stay here and to write, even though I have this excitement. So I guess the first piece of advice I have is try to figure out why you don't want to write. In my case, I know I'm tired, I'm burned out, it's been a really long day already, and it's been a long week, and I'm feeling overwhelmed that it's 2:30 and I haven't started any of my book work yet today, and I'm just feeling a bit, kind of a thing. It's just not there. For other people, it might be really basic stuff. You might be hungry, you might be thirsty, you might be too tired, in which case, if it's earlier in the day, maybe you take a nap or you go have a meal. Just kind of doing something to perhaps change how you're feeling internally in terms of like food, drink, exercise, that sort of thing. That might give you a little bit more energy, which might make you feel more likely to write. If it's mental health struggles, if your anxiety is flaring up, if your depression is not that great on any given day, mine kind of goes up and down. Some days I can deal with it, some days I can't. I feel like today is one of those days. It just feels really heavy. Doing things to take care of yourself might help put you in a better mindset. I think at the end of the day, or I think ultimately you do have to learn how to recognize maybe for today you just shouldn't be forcing yourself to write. And I've certainly had days like that where the mental health side of things is just so chaotic and it's just like so overwhelming that there's nothing I can do. And forcing myself to sit and write just is not a good idea and isn't going to yield anything any good. And so I just don't work on that. You know, that just becomes a day where I don't write, and that's okay. So figuring out why you don't want to write and then seeing, is there something you can change to then address that problem that would then in turn make it easier for you to write. You've got to know why you don't want to write before you can figure out a way around that. So sometimes that will mean that you just don't write that day. Other times it means you maybe do a little bit less. And so then that leads to the next point, which is adjust your goals. So if you're just really, really tired because you've worked a long shift, or like me, you're dealing with burnout, maybe you woke up too early that morning, didn't sleep well the night before, you know, maybe you go take a nap and then you try to write. So that will leave you with less time perhaps than you'd allotted, but then you adjust your goals to the new time frame that you had. So in my case, I knew that I just needed to not rush home from physical therapy, take a shower, eat my breakfast, do all the things I needed to do, and then force myself to be at my desk and writing by 1 o'clock. And so that's how it's now like 2:30 and I'm just now sitting down. So I'm going to have less time to work, and so I'm going to be adjusting all of my goals. So instead of working on all 4 projects today, I'm probably just going to be working on 2. I'm going to meet my writing goal in Across the Pond Book 3. So I need to write 1,661 words in that project today. And then in Independent Hearts, I received some more beta feedback from another one of my beta readers, and one of the comments I do kind of agree with, and it goes along with some of the other beta feedback I've gotten. So I'm going to just go through chapters 3 through 8 because I'm up to chapter 8 in that project of my current edit. So rather than finish everything and then go back, I'm just going to go back, get those chapters up to speed, and then continue doing this as I go through everything else. So I'm hoping I can get through that today. I'm adjusting my goals, and I think sometimes that might be either adjusting all of your, if you've got multiple projects like me, adjusting your goals for each of those projects down so you're still able to do a little bit in each of the projects, or as I'm doing today, picking 1 or 2 of my current projects. So for today, I'm just kind of streamlining it to the 2 projects that I feel are the most important, that I not fall behind on, the ones that I kind of am in danger of potentially falling behind on if I don't do work on them today. So adjust your goals. And then from there, I'm a huge fan of small steps and extra rewards if you need those. Breaking it down into even smaller chunks of work. So for me, it's not just I'm going to sit here chained to my desk until I've written 1,600 words. I'm gonna let myself get up periodically and get a snack, get a cup of coffee as little rewards for reaching certain milestones, that sort of thing. Kind of going with small steps. I'm a huge fan with writing and editing of using either sprints or Pomodoros. So sprints are common for writing. You write in a super focused manner for 10 to 15 minutes, and then you take a 5-minute break. And so it makes the 1,600 words go by a little, what feels like a little bit faster. Similar to sprints are Pomodoros. Pomodoro Technique is something I started using during my PhD. A lot of academics on YouTube and Instagram will talk about Pomodoros. Other productivity expert people will talk about Pomodoro Technique as well. So essentially it's 25 minutes of focus work and a 5-minute break. So I like doing that for editing. I don't like sprinting, doing short sessions. With editing, I'd rather edit for a slightly longer period of time, but that 5-minute break is still really, really important. Time to just kind of step away from the project. So sprints and Pomodoros can be a great way of taking a task that feels like, oh, I'm going to be doing this for the next 2 hours, and breaking it down into something a little bit more manageable that also then gives you some of that break time built in. Breaks are really, really important. Even if you are really in the flow of things. I feel like some people are resistant to sprints because they worry that that 5-minute break will come just as they're like really getting into it. Your brain's not going to forget what you want to write in the next 5 minutes. And so I often find that I do better in my sprinting when the timer goes off for the break. If I'm like, I know what the next like 3 sentences are going to be, I let myself stop there, because then when it's time to start the next sprint, I know what those first 3 sentences of the next sprint will be, and it like gets me off in a good start. So sprints and Pomodoros are super helpful. If you haven't tried those, I highly recommend them. And then the last tip, and this is what I'm about to get up and go do, is set the mood. You know, and this is going to vary. Some people don't really need that. They just want to sit down at a blank desk and just focus on their writing. That's not how my brain works. So I always have flowers on my desk. I've always got candles. At the moment, I've got a different candle for 3 of my different projects, and so I'll have one burning while I work on one project, and then I'll blow that one out and I'll light the other one when I start working on the next project. And it just kind of helps me shift from one fictional world to the other. I have drinks and snacks that I like to do, so I'm gonna go make some coffee because I haven't had any coffee today. I just drink decaf, but it's still kind of just a thing of like having that coffee there as you're working. I always put on virtual walking tours of the cities where my books are set. So for Across the Pond, I'll be putting up some virtual walking tours on YouTube of London. So I've got those up on my external monitor. I have different music for the different projects, so I'll be turning on that music. So I just really set the mood in terms of sight, sound, smell, and then I guess taste with whatever snack or drink beverage of choice. So I'm going to start with coffee, and then probably by the time I switch to doing some editing on Independent Hearts, I might have my first prickly pear lemonade of the season. So it is now about 2:45, so I am getting a later start. I think writing will take me up until about 4:30, and then assuming I start at 3 o'clock, if not a little bit sooner, then I might finish a little bit sooner. But it'll probably take me about an hour and a half, and then I will switch to my writing. So those are just some tips that I have. It's what I do, it's what kind of helps me. Everyone is different, everyone's writing process is different, and on it, obviously my top advice, if you're just really struggling, if you're just having a rough day or a rough week, don't force yourself to write. This advice is more for if you are someone who is writing in a more professional capacity, has daily goals that you need to be meeting, or you're going to get really, really behind. And so taking a day off whenever you don't feel like it, like sometimes I do have to force myself to just write. So these are the tips that I use on the days when I do have to kind of force myself to just get something done, even if it's not as much work as I would normally want to get done, or as much work as I had initially planned to do. So yeah, I hope this has helped. I'm now gonna get to writing. I'm gonna go get my coffee first. I'm gonna get to writing, get all the candles lit, all the videos pulled up, all the music turned on, and I will check in with you guys later today or sometime tomorrow and let you know how all the writing went. Okay, it is now 6 o'clock. So about 3 hours later, I think, I have written 1,839 words. I forgot to put the current project total. On my little sprint journal, I put the day's goal, all of my sprints, and the word count per sprint. And then I put the final daily amount, but then I also put the project total. Project total in Across the Pond is up to 73,617 words. So I am making progress. And then as far as editing goes, I managed to get through the first third of the book again, slightly more than a third, and make the remaining edits that I had on just adding in some bits from some beta feedback that just got submitted last night. Very happy with the amount of work that I have gotten done so far, considering how not wanting to write I was feeling earlier today. So 3 hours made a big difference. I've made a bit of progress. I am now gonna go relax for the rest of the evening, figure something out for dinner in a little while, and get on with a nice relaxing weekend, I hope. I really do need to rest, so that is gonna be the priority. Hi, it is the most beautiful Saturday we have had in weeks, if not almost 2 months now. It's cool, it's breezy, it's only like 74, 75. Like, it is just perfect weather right now. It was so nice last night too, and oh my gosh, it was so nice. Did not want to go back inside. I was sitting out here in a sweatshirt, but like, it felt fine. I was perfectly comfortable. It was crazy, but fantastic. It's gonna be the last weekend I can do this. I know it. This is not entirely normal for May, so I am taking advantage while I can, because it's gonna warm up this week. I'm just gonna spend the day reading and relaxing. I might do some writing or some editing out here. We shall see. I wish it could just stay like this. I have been having such a good day. Like, it is just too nice out. It's a bit windy. The wind will die down for a bit and then it picks back up. But I've just been sitting on the balcony all day. It's incredible. I cannot believe it's May. I really can't, because this is not really quite normal for May. Refilling one water bottle so I can put it in the fridge and get my other water bottle and go for a walk. It is just too nice to not go for a walk. So that is what I'm gonna do. This one's gonna go in the fridge, and I'm gonna grab this one, and off we go. Hello, welcome to Sunday. It is a beautiful Sunday. It's a slightly warmer Sunday, but I just popped onto the balcony, and despite the fact that I am moving very slow and it's very late, it's already 20 to 1 in the afternoon, it doesn't feel too bad out there. I think it's like 80 degrees at the moment. So I'm going to throw some food together and a cup of coffee and take a tray out like I did yesterday. That was just, having breakfast on the balcony was just the best. So I'm going to do that again today and do some reading. Yesterday I finished Lose Your Shirt by Amanda Askell. I'd previously read Lingerie on the Floor a couple weeks ago, 2 or 3 weeks ago, and really enjoyed that. Posted about it on Instagram, and Amanda and I follow each other. She's another indie author. And so she reached out and said, I'd love to send you the second one if you want. So I said, sure. That was very kind of her. So she very kindly sent me Lose Your Shirt. So I finished that yesterday, loved it, and then immediately just was like, I'm just going to stay on a roll. These books are really fast for me to read. If I can sit and just read, they take me about 2.5 hours. So I just immediately bought and downloaded book 3, which is Bedside Manor, but manor spelled as in manor house. So I've got 30 minutes left in that one. So I'm going to read that, and then I think I'm going to pick something from my TBR list on my Kindle. My walk yesterday was amazing. It was just so nice to be able to go for a walk and just have it feel nice. I'm going to shut up now because I've been talking too much, but I will come back a little bit later and wrap up this vlog, and yeah, I'll check in with you then. You are on like a stack of candles as a tripod, by the way. I'll show that to you in just a second. Alrighty. It's quarter to 6. The sun is slowly starting to go down. It's just been so nice yesterday and today. Like, I miss it so much in the summer. It really is amazing what a difference it makes when I can just spend some time outside and not feel like the weather is trying to kill me. I finished reading Bedside Manor. It was really good. If you like fun, super sexy, super steamy romances, I've read 3 books now by Amanda Askell and absolutely love her writing. And now I've started reading Bringing Down the Duke by Evie Dunmore. So that'll be nice. I'm enjoying that. I'm about 35% of the way through. Anyway, Huga question. And then we need to wrap up this video because I'm assuming it's gotten fairly long. Okay, did you ever have a really bad haircut or hairstyle? What did it look like? I wish I had pictures, but I don't. I had wanted some layering and I ended up with like just a really bad shag haircut. It was like shoulder length and there were just layers like all the way around. It looked like a really bad mop. It wasn't cute. That was my really bad haircut. So I'd love to know, did you ever have a really bad haircut or hairstyle? And if so, what did it look like? Let me know in the comments. I hope you enjoyed the bit of the writer chat at the beginning and then the bit of a very cozy and relaxing weekend vlog in the second bit of the video. Let me know if you enjoyed this kind of split focus, kind of half normal sit down video, half vlog. I don't know, just felt like something I wanted to do. So let me know if you enjoyed it. If you did, also give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not subscribed, all of that good stuff. And yes, I will see you all very soon in the next vlog. Thank you very much for watching this one. Bye!